I wanted to do a quick video on adjusting RA1AOM iambic paddles. Most of the paddles that he produces, there are a set screws on the left side and the right side. One of the set screws adjusts the magnet, as you can see here, and this one adjusts the magnet right here. So these are magnets that are pulling each other together. So it's trying to bring these magnets together. These set the distance between the paddle and the connection right there. You'll see that there are two pieces that connect that make contact. So what you want to do is set these inner set screws to a spot where you think is most comfortable. This is way too loose for me. There's like way too much play. So what I'll do is, and there's not only the adjustment screw, but there is like an inner sleeve right here that this can be used to then set it so it doesn't move. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start moving this inward, and let's see what that does to those contacts there. So I screwed it in a little too far. I'm going to back it off just a touch, and it's got just enough play that makes me happy. I like it to be pretty tight, almost like if I tighten it up just a teeny bit, just to back it off just a little bit. So it's almost like a small touch will make it activate. So let's do it to this side too. I'm going to turn the screw, and as I do, it's going to come in to right about there, and I just back it off just ever so slightly. So when you have it where you want it, what you can then do is take these, it's hard to do it with one hand, but what I'll do is I'll rotate these smaller ones. Oops, too much. You want to hold this so it doesn't move, and then this moves against that backer plate right there. So you want to tighten it up like that. So then this won't move, and you'll want to do that for this side also. So let's do that. There we go. So you'll probably want to just do it nice thumb tight so it doesn't go anywhere. And again, the nice feature of these RA1AOM paddles is the fact that if you look at this, if you look at this block here in the middle, it's almost like fingerstock here, where that pin that makes the contact has some play, so you can actually push on this pretty hard and it will bend it a little bit just to give it some cushion. So now that we have that set pretty good, what we need to do is also set the magnets. Right now I have the magnets backed out all the way, so it is giving me a limited amount of magnetic pull. So what that means is just very small touch is going to actuate the key. And you can also tell, because if you, well, I can't do it with two hands, but it's not close enough for it to be really strong. So these, it just takes a real small touch. And what I was trying to demonstrate is, even if you hold the paddle sideways, sometimes just the weight of that paddle will come down and make contact. Of course, it's kind of hard to do it with one hand. So what you'll want to do is, and also when you are, if you're kind of heavy-handed with the key, if you really hit one side of the key a little hard, sometimes it'll make the other paddle just kind of slightly vibrate. So what you'll want to do is add some magnetism here. So I like to get them pretty close, and you can certainly feel that it is a little, ever so slightly more harder to, like if I'm touching it right now, it's not moving it. I have to give it a push. So the closer you put that magnet in, the harder the push you need to do. So experiment with different distances between these two magnets to set this. So for sure, like moments before, if I just barely touched it, it would move this, but the magnet is providing a lot of strength for, I'm not able to move it super easily. I have to actually with some effort, push on this paddle. And again, like these other screws, you'll want to take this locking screw. Once you get it to right where you want it, take this locking screw, and which is this inner sleeve here, and it goes up against there. So right now, now these won't move because these locking nuts have it secured into place. And this is the case with a lot of the RA1AOM CW paddles. Again, you have a set of magnets here, some set screws. I want to pull in these all the way back because I was going to demonstrate this one also, but I don't have it plugged in. But I like to kind of have these a little bit closer, for example. As a matter of fact, let me pull that out, put that in. So it's so I've got these all the way backed out, and it's very easy. It's almost like a butterfly landing on here will make it happen. I'm barely even touching it, and it's moving. Here, let me see if I can actually see if you just the weight of the paddle will make it actuate here. So I want to give it a little bit more magnet. What I kind of like to do, I think on this one, it's about halfway down on the threads. So I'll move it to about there, and then I'll lock it. I'll do the same thing for this side, about halfway on the threads, and then use that little locking mechanism. Better. It's better. I think, yeah, even the weight of the paddle won't actuate it anymore. So that's the RA1AOM paddle. Again, another variation, same principle. We are adjusting the magnets, which are kind of hidden a little bit. So they're kind of hidden in here. So we're adjusting the magnets with this outside set screw, and then we are adjusting the play of the paddles with the inner set screws. So that's the RA1AOM CW paddle. He does make straight keys, swipers, and some really beautiful stuff.